Hi everyone, and today we're making acorn bread. So I've got first of all the acorn flour from the boiled acorns, so I'm just going to add that to my plain flour. Next one, we've got acorns that were just dried and then pulverised and soaked, so these haven't been boiled, they haven't been cooked at all. And you can see they're kind of grainy, which is different to the first one. The boiled one ends up with quite a smooth flour. Now this one, the acorns were roasted accidentally when I left them in the oven too long, and then they've been dried in the oven too, so you can see the colour, but that's quite grainy as well. Hi Ma. So I'm just going to mix that with the plain flour and let that sit for a few hours so the gluten starts to work, and then I'll add the yeast. So here's my half acorn, half plain flour, and I'm just putting in my yeast. It's probably a bit too moist. Okay, so that's the 1 cup of flour mixed in. I'm going to turn this out onto a floured board. This is probably a bit sticky. Probably want it a bit less sticky than this, but I'm just going to knead it till I get a nice dough. So I'm just kneading this. I'm just kneading the acorn bread, so we get a nice dough, we get the gluten working, get everything sticking together. Bit more flour. This one's a wholemeal flour, it's all I've got left in the cupboard, but I'm not using much. I'll just shape it round, press it all together. There we are, a bit of flour on both sides, and I will stick it into this. I might just flour this bowl a bit, stick into a floured bowl. There we are, and a tea towel. And we'll leave it there because it's nice and warm and sunny. Okay, so that's the bread with its first proof. I'm just going to knock it back. I love working with yeast, it's so much fun. I'm going to turn that out. I'm going to turn that out into this floured board. There we are, and I'm just going to give it a few turns. You don't need to knead too heavily at this stage. And it's ready to go into its bread tin. Acorn bread in its tin. It's going to rise again for our second proof and then go in the oven. There's our acorn bread, risen as far as I want it. I don't want it to be really high and puffy. I'm just going to put it in the oven very gently. You don't want it to drop down. It's a hot oven. I've just turned it down to 200. And I'll come back and check that in about 15 minutes. Okay, it's time to take the bread out. It's been in there about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So I'm just going to turn it out and see if it needs a bit more cooking. Woohoo, look at that, that was nice. Now a good way to test if it's done is to knock the bottom. I think that's done. I'll turn the oven off. Just going to put it up there to cool a bit and cut it up soon. There we have it, folks. The oat bread. Yay! I'm just going to slice it. Looks good. See, it's a lovely colour. I really like it.